A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you in Georgetown, Guyana, and the diaspora and elsewhere. My friends, today happens to be a day that was given to all the mothers around the world as Mother's Day. But I have a question about that, but we will deal with that when I finish with this introduction here. I would like you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you will get the next update as soon as I put it out. You know, I ask myself many questions. Why I have to be repeating this thing over and over and over? You talk to a dog 2 times and they understand you. A parrot, a cat, and other animals. But you're talking to Guyanese, the 2 major races, Indian and black alike, and you have a problem. Sometimes I wanted to know if you're all born stupid or you just acting stupid, or you all are very literate. The educated one, the wise one, the one with the knowledge, keep away from you because you all don't work the time of the day. Because all what you all wanted to play music, sing and dance, and don't know the meaning of it. Got some music, women winding up and are you shaking up yourself and be on Facebook, putting tattoo on your skin, even though you might be black and you're putting tattoo on your skin. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, but that's your personal problem. Friends, this world is going forward faster than you expect. And Guyanese, Indian and black will leave behind. Y'all are still stuck in the cow pen and the fisherman industry in the cane field. Get out of it, for God's sake. Why am I telling you all these things? When I look at some of the things in Facebook, what coming out from Guyana, thanks to technology, you can see the real thing of this country staying from far. There's no respect for the women of today in Guyana and was before, thanks to a so-called independence, Forbes, Burnham, Chedi, Jagan, and all your presidents who had all office. No respect. Today happens to be a day that the world over marks special for the mothers, Mother's Day. But what is a mother? One who gives birth to a child is considered a bearer. You deliver a child. A mother is a word that we don't play with. She cares. She's there. She will not give up. If she have to make a decision between the father of the child and the child, she will rather part with the father just to protect her child. That's a mother. Not one that will insult their children, encourage them with the wrong things they are doing, and don't tell them where they're right and where they're wrong. As a little boy, I grew up in Guyana and I heard a story of a young black guy who was doing a lot of wrong, and when people talk to his parents, his mother, she will defend him. She said, they're lying on her son. But he have committed a crime, and they said that time was the British. He murdered somebody, so they had to hang him. He asked request so his mother could come close to the prison cell. Put her ears because he don't want other people to hear what you don't tell her. And bite your bloody ears off, one of it. And say, if you had counseled me, disciplined me, this would not happen today. If these things happen to be true, that mother have lost her touch as motherhood. Not like some mother who divide their children with favorite. That's not a mother. She's only the deliverer. Same goes to father, who leave their children and run away. and therefore it has to stop. But these things can only be stopped when you, the nation, decide to stop it. You need leaders who are concerned about the future of the generation, because they are going while the young one is coming up. But in countries like Guyana and some other countries, India and Africa, you support the ignorance and keep them down, but educate yours. All 65 ministers present and past. See what they are doing to you, and you're accepting it. That is why I call for a national front government. When you put the black people in power, the Indian people get a raw deal with other race. And racism takes the plane non-stop. But again, not all the blacks involved in it. Like not all the Indians involved in the nonsense. And when you put an Indian in power, it's the same thing again. So you have a division in a country. When you put black, here the black man this, the black man that. And yes, they are racial. Now again, the decent one have nothing to do with it. And when you put the Indian, you hear the coolie government. Coolie is a laborer, a jobber. You hear the coolie government, the installed coolie government. My friend, all government in Guyana was installed somewhere or the other. Before you get independence, it was the help of De Geer and joining hands with Burnham to form the government by a coalition. Because he went to Dr. Jagan and Jagan refused him and called him an imperialist stooge. My friend, De Geer had no choice, because the Highlanders that was brought into the country during the 80-day strike that create havoc in the country make on to this day Guyanese blacks still carrying a bad name for that crime when it wasn't them. Started it out. They were the looters, maybe light fire, maybe beat a few people, which was wrong anyway. But they had a godfather helping them, United States of America. But again, you might dislike America, but she was only protecting the backyard. Because after World War II, America signed an agreement in the Geneva and to protect this hemisphere from communism or whatever ism that was going to break through here. Especially when communists were spreading in the Caribbean, such as Cuba, South America, such as Chile, and other places. So America was protecting their interests. And they would not tolerate it, and I cannot blame them. Because we did not want another Adolf Hitler into the world after what he have done that caused World War II. Millions of people died because of the fascist government, or what you want to call the man. Whether he was right or wrong, if he didn't have to go so far to killing innocent people like that. So America had a right to defend their backyard. And Guyana was an English-speaking country, and still is. So they had a right to protect Mother England and protect themselves, because they themselves came out from England. My friends, nobody wants to sleep in a house with snakes. No lions or tigers or hyenas. Same goes. Or no one wants to be in an ocean swimming with sharks and barracudas around you, or in a canal full of piranhas. So America had a right to defend themselves unto this day. But today, you put the PNC in power, you hear the Portuguese man, De Geer, put the black man in power. Unto this day, you Indians are blaming De Geer. You should lucky do it, because plenty of you would have been alive today. Check the X-13 plan. Read your daddy book. You hear? The Western Trial 1 and 2. You're going to find it. Or ask Barrett. You should remember that. and he studied in a communist country. If I got the rights, I go use the water let's. And who pay his fee? Think. Joey Jagan had a problem in Canada, in a university or somewhere. Ask which government take him out. The black government burn him, he got father. According to information, it's alleged again. See, in Guyana, you got to use a lot of lead because it looks like we don't have lead, so you got to be a lead. A pack of ignorant people rule the land, and spiteful and corrupt. Those 65 members of parliament, whether they're black or Indian, are not for you. They're civil servants. You put them in position to run the country, to oversee it. And that is why they're there. But when they make laws to protect themselves, they cannot be tried for a crime. Come on. Maybe we have a God in Guyana. We should start worship them. Fools, wake up. Your future is on the line. Your young daughters will become the holes and your son will become the killers, like what happened in the past under Burnham and Chetty Jagan and the rest of them. I am telling you here, they use the criminal to do the nasty work and the courthouse to lock up their opponent because you give them that power. Dr. Jagan says whenever he gets into power, he will change the Constitution. When he get into power and he was asked, he says he is not a fool. And he never changed it, but God take him out. The Creator, the real judge take him out before the term was over. Ask Dr. Dan Paul Narai. When he was interviewed in Manhattan when Chetty came there, I was there. And when he was asked, he said, Chetty is ready like Freddy for the next election. Christina came to me, Mr. Karaya, you have heard Dr. Dan Paul in his interview? I said, yes. Dr. Dan Paul is right. Chetty is not ready for the election. He is ready for the graveyard. He went back home and he didn't live long. Ladies and gentlemen, all those who kill people, lock up innocent people from magistrate to judge, from police to prosecutor that violate the rights of an innocent man or woman because of corrupt businessmen and politicians alike. Your days are coming and your children shall inherit your darkness. The curse of you will fall upon them. I urge you, the killers, when they hire you to kill somebody and you take their job, they already tell 20 of their friends and family, who tell another 200, you are not going to escape because when you're finished, they're going to find a way to get rid of you. And the way to get rid of the other person who will get rid of you, it keeps on happening all over the world. It happened in India, where you Indian came from. I'm a part of it too. It happened in Pakistan, but was divided. And you all are Indians. And you all couldn't agree over a bloody thing called religion. Friends, stop it. Accept where you were born and work for the future of your country. You're all two of you, the Indian and the black I'm talking to. I'm fed up. Venezuela, Chavez, may God rest the dead in peace. And if anyone should get to heaven, I do hope he is there because he helped Guyanese. When they go to his country, he gives them free land to build house, water, and light, and build beautiful streets for them. Give them medical and everything and school. Today in your own country called Guyana, well, it's not yours because you say you arrive as an Indian. And it's not yours as black people because you're free, but you're not going home. Please, for God's sake, stop it. You were born in Guyana and accept your bloody birthrights, or it will come a time a leader might ask you to leave, like what happened in Uganda with Idi Amin Dada, the late. And what happened in Mugabe country with the white people. and what's happening in Burma right now. I want you all to know, Guyanese have a hearing problem. Y'all don't listen. Y'all just want to live wayward, drink, party, and dance, but don't care about tomorrow. So I urge you, the young women, not to get children now if you don't find the right man who will be the father of those children. Because it's not right for a child to grow up as child father and child mother he got to look at. You want daddy and mommy. He wanted to be in school and to do the right thing. I urge you all to come together. We tried the PNC, the Coolie call it the Black Man Party. We tried the Indian Party, they call it the black people call it the Coolie Party. Well, I'm asking both of you, the educated, the honorable black people and Indian to come together for a national front government, where you won't have a Black Man Party, as you say, and a Coolie Man Party, as you saying. And you won't hear about install the Coolie Party and the Mafia Party, because they had nothing more mafia than Burnham. Learn one thing, my black brothers and friends. Indian people are not racial, they're corrupt, covetous, vindictive, spiteful, and very revengeful. And they do not remember good things. They are ungrateful to the core. Right, Mansoor? Right, Bandu? Right, Max Mohammed? Think of it. You have witnessed that the black people take the street in the late 80s with the late Walter Rodney for the removal of Burnham that he called King Kong. But he was playing with his death, and the opposition had backed him in that. If you want to charge Korea, get Jagan and Burnham and let's go to court. But I will promise you all one thing. I'm about to do something live, and I want the ambassador in America or Canada to choose anybody at random, and I will invoke some dead from them. What was murder in Guyana, let us say who killed them. You will see who I am. And this won't be here, say, you could take a French, a Spanish, a Chinese. And I will do what I have to do, and I will ask them questions. And the spirit of the man who you kill shall speak through them. I will do it to prove to you two race. Not everybody walk. I don't need money. I need revenge. What kind of revenge I need? That your children must eat from the shit that you have created. Or change, for God's sake. Jesus was on a cross because of that. Muhammad declared war because of that. But in India, the Mahabharat war was made to understand family versus family because of wealth. So what do you expect, my black brothers, my mixed brothers, my Amerindian brothers? You deal with Indians who fight their own, what they would do with you. But they are not racial. They are corrupt, covetous, vindictive. Again, let me make it clear. This has nothing to do with the intelligent and the wise one on both sides of the fence. But I can assure you, Mr. Ali, I urge you in the name of Allah, open up the door of Guyana and accept the world for what it is. Help the UN and America, Europe, to take some of these people that flee in Africa, India, China, Caribbean, Latin America, and let's make this nation a nation to be reckoned with, but make your law. Anyone speak of race must be given a warning. Continue, they will have to go to whatever country believe in that. Like the mighty Sparronis Calypso. They don't allow it here. He said take it to one of them countries that believe in it. I forget the name of the Calypso, but I will get it for you in my next episode, Gospel Life. My own son Anthony Snow don't listen when I talk. When I warn him about people over some deal, even my own brothers with an Indian wife, and you women in the Indian family, when you marry into a family, love that family as much you love yours. And you, the man, when you marry into a family, love it the same. Don't divide it. Like most of the Indian women join your family and want to kill your mother, beat your mother and father and put them in the street. Like my sister-in-law from Iconi opposite the police station in the street, Indra Sigobin, said my brother must help his mother. I ran her, but she was about 60 or 70 feet away from me. I wouldn't be sitting there to know about me being in jail, because I would have killed the bitch. And if ever she should be in Guyana, I called up on the authority for the law they have broken with my brother. I would hang them both for a crime they committed against the family. I called upon all of you in Guyana to unite for a National Front government. The honorable black people and the Indians. Not the miserable one them that sit in the parliament. Okay? And every crime that was committed against an innocent man or woman shall return to the magistrate, the judge, the prosecutor, and police, and the ministers and who involved. Today, I want to say thank you, and I'm your host, George Correa, and looking forward for unity with a National Front government. Thank you again. Once again, may God be with all of you. Unite, that's the only way out. National Front.